Hello everyone, I'm going to talk about how to set up a new project via this software, ProjectLibre. For starting any new project, first we go to the file, click on the new, and type the project name, manager, and starting date, and any additional notes in this box, which I've already did and I will show you. I click on the information. This is the project information in details. The name of project is study desk. The manager name is RFA. My name, it's starting date, and all details here. And this is the calendar, which I will talk in the next step. For making a calendar, we click on the calendar. This is the calendar form. Actually, there is 3 calendar built in the software already, but test one is my own calendar, which I've made easily by clicking on the new and typing the name of my project, the name of my calendar, which is test one. Okay, at first I'm gonna explain the standard calendar. A standard calendar is include the working days and non-working days, which are Saturdays and Sundays in gray column, and working days start. It's a full 8 hours. It starts from 8 to 12 or 1 to 5 p.m. What about my own calendars test one? Actually, my company policy is to start from 7:30 and from 1 to 4:30 p.m. And for doing this change as a policy, I selected, for example, all Fridays and change the for example hours, which is 7:30. And what about the holiday? Here you see that some days like 25th of December and 1st of January are holiday according to the company policy. And how you can do it, you can, for example, select this date and click on non-working days. You see that it changed to gray, which means it's the non-working day. Okay, it's all important information about making a calendar. Let's jump into define a WBS. We click on the task and it's in Gantt chart. We see the name of project, which is a study desk, and it's broken down to 4 elements, and base frame has 2 sub elements too. I'm gonna show you the WBS in hierarchy format. I click on the WBS. This is the hierarchy form of WBS. It's my project, and then other elements of WBS and the sub elements. Let's go back and show you how to make the WBS. We click on the Gantt, and for example, here you see the activities under this element, but how I did it, I mean how I make a difference between the activities and this elements. I go back to the previous level. Yeah, now all these are same, but I wanna make a difference between these activities and the element. Just I selected these 3 and click the indents. You can see it has changed to the bold, and at the same time it's the blue bar has changed to the black. You see that it was different before. Yeah. And Now I'm gonna talk about the duration of activities and as well as the relationship among the activities. First, for example, I'm gonna change the cutting periods to 7. You see that the bar has changed and moved forward by changing the day. And in other parts, for example, I changed the 1, and you see that it's moved backward. And about the making the sequences between activities, we go to the predecessors column, and we should pay attention that one activity, for example, cutting, should be finished to start the next one, the sanding. For doing these sequences, we should write the ID of the cutting as a predecessor's front of the sanding 3. Or, for example, 4, the ID of sanding here, the front of the painting as predecessors. These arrows are make the sequences, which is called to finish to a start relationship. Now I finished with the WBS, and I'm gonna explain about resources. I click on the resources and then resources sheet. In this software, we have two type of resources: material and work. Plywood and sandpaper and paint are materials, and these two, labor and cutting saw, are work. The material label for plywood is a square feet, which is in the standard rate cost $10. And for example, sandpaper is feet, or paint is bucket, the material label, and which cost $15. And about the labor, which is a work, the maximum unit, it means that capacity of that is 200%, which means two available labor 8 hours a day, which cost $20. And also about cutting saw, you can see that the 100%, which means one cutting saw available in 8 hours. And about the overtime rate of the work resources, the labor, for example, costs $25 each hour. And is the base calendar, the test one, which I explained before. And now I'm gonna explain the assigning resources to the activities. So I go in Gantt chart. Okay. Here, for example, here we can double click the cutting, okay, and click this button. These are all the resources, but for cutting we need just plywood and labor and cutting saw. Okay, you can easily write, for example, 5, it's 5 square. And for example, here it's already 100%. I'm clicking, you can see this. These all are assigned, and here in the task information, you can see that the resources are assigned with the activities. Thank you, everyone. This was my presentation in ProjectLibre. Thank you for hearing me.